Imagine there is a fruit that you eat every day, believing it is good for your health. It is sweet, juicy, full of vitamins. You see it on the clean eating menu appearing on the supermarket shelves with the label 100% natural. But no one tells you that this very fruit is a silent threat to your liver. No pain, no obvious symptoms, no immediate warning. That is how your liver reacts when it is damaged, silently until things have become serious. And the problem is, you still think you are eating healthy. The truth is that some fruits contain a large amount of fructose, a natural sugar that the liver must metabolize. When you eat a lot, the liver cannot process it in time and will convert the excess into fat. This fat accumulates right in the liver cells. You will not see anything for a week, a month, even a year. But then what? You start to feel tired, bloated, have indigestion, elevated liver enzymes, and that's just the beginning. In this video, you'll not only learn the name of the familiar fruit that's disguised as healthy, but also learn how your liver slowly gets damaged. The scariest thing isn't the poison, it's the bad habits that are disguised as healthy. And if you really care about your health, because the next part will show you, fatty liver isn't just a problem for drinkers. It could be your problem right now. The liver doesn't send out obvious signals like a racing heart or a throbbing stomach. When it's damaged, it's still working silently. And that's why millions of people have fatty liver disease without even knowing it, until it's too late. Fatty liver, or hepatic steatosis, is a condition in which fat builds up abnormally in liver cells. It sounds simple, but it's the beginning of a chain of problems: hepatitis, fibrosis, and most dangerously, liver cancer. And the worrying thing is, you don't have to drink alcohol to get fatty liver. It can develop even if you haven't touched a drop of beer. So what's the cause? Modern lifestyle, lots of sugar, lots of starch, little exercise, and lots of processed foods. The liver is forced to process excess sugar, bad fats, and additives every day. When overloaded, it doesn't break it down and starts storing fat in itself. Do you often feel tired, have indigestion, have a poor appetite, or feel slightly bloated after meals? Don't ignore it. It could be the first silent cry of the liver. The good news is, if detected early, the liver can heal itself. But to do that, you need to understand clearly what is harming your liver every day and remove it before it's too late. In the next part, we will expose a fruit that seems to be a superfood, but is the silent culprit that makes your liver accumulate fat every day. A very familiar name. You have definitely eaten it, maybe yesterday. When it comes to fruit, most of us assume more is better. Fruit contains vitamins, antioxidants, fiber. Everything you've ever been taught is true. But there's a little known fact: some fruits, when eaten in excess, can actually be directly harmful to your liver. And one of them has a name you might not expect: pimin. Pimin is a temporary name for a popular fruit that frequently appears on healthy diets. It's sweet, aromatic, and popular for its easy-to-eat taste and good-for-you feel. But here's the thing: pimin is naturally high in fructose, a type of sugar that only the liver can metabolize. Unlike glucose, which can be used by cells all over the body, fructose goes straight to the liver. When you eat one pimin, your liver processes it. When you eat two, your liver starts to work overtime. And if you eat it every day, your liver starts converting excess sugar into fat, visceral fat, specifically fat in your liver cell. This is especially dangerous if you are insulin resistant, overweight, or have a history of metabolic disorders. When the liver is already on alert and is forced to process large amounts of fructose every day, it not only accumulates fat, but also becomes prone to inflammation, weakening detoxification, and metabolism. And what makes pimin an even scarier culprit is not the fruit itself, but the false belief that eating more fruit is better. One fruit a day may be safe, but when you eat 2-3 pimin a day plus other fruits, juices, fruit yogurts, etc., your liver has to work hard to process sugar continuously. In fact, fructose in fruit is not as gentle as you think. When it exceeds the threshold, it is just as harmful as refined sugar, especially to the liver. In the next section, you will learn about 4 other common fruits, seemingly healthy, but when used incorrectly, they also contribute to fatty liver, and they may be present in your kitchen right now. Pimin is not the only fruit that poses a risk to the liver. In fact, some very popular fruits, although rich in vitamins and fiber, can become accomplices in the process of accumulating fatty liver. if you consume them without control. Here are 5 names you need to pay attention to. 1. Pimmin. Very sweet, high glycemic index. We have analyzed pimmin contains a lot of fructose. Regular use, especially when combined with fruit juice or other sweets, will cause the liver to continuously convert sugar into fat. Breadfruit. High in starch, low in fiber. Breadfruit, usually breadfruit or jackfruit, is not as sweet as pimmin, but is rich in starch that is easily converted into glucose. With a diet that already has too much carbs, adding this type of fruit will cause the liver to have to deal with a sudden increase in blood sugar, leading to fat accumulation and insulin resistance in the long run. Raisins. Concentrated natural sugar. Raisins may seem like a healthy snack, but during the drying process, the water evaporates and the sugar concentrates. A small handful of raisins can contain as much sugar as a can of soda. The problem is, they are too small, too easy to eat. You don't feel full, but your liver is tired. 4. Mangoes. Delicious, but not for people with metabolic disorders. Mangoes are rich in beta-carotene and vitamin C, but they are very high in natural sugar, especially ripe mangoes. People with fatty liver, prediabetes or insulin resistance should limit eating a lot of mangoes continuously. 5. Bananas. Convenient but easy to abuse. A banana a day is reasonable, but eating 2-3 a day, which many people are doing, means consuming a significant amount of sugar. For people with fatty liver, bananas can become a factor that increases the accumulation of fatty liver without knowing it. The important message here is, fruit isn't bad, it's how you consume it that causes problems. Moderation, variety, and understanding your body are the only ways to reap the benefits without inadvertently creating risks. And the surprising thing is, it's not just fruit, but many everyday foods, white bread, juice boxes, convenience snacks, that are silently destroying your liver. We'll expose the culprits below. You may think you're eating healthy, or at least not too bad. But what you eat every day, from that loaf of white bread, to that glass of juice you can buy, to that bag of cookies in your desk drawer, could be taxing your liver every hour of the day. Super convenience foods are a staple of modern life, but that convenience often comes with added sugar, preservatives, flavorings, white flour, and industrial oils ingredients that your liver has to work overtime to metabolize and eliminate. When you eat white bread, your body absorbs the refined starch very quickly, causing your blood sugar to spike. When you drink a juice box, even one labeled no sugar added, it still contains concentrated amounts of natural sugar, forcing your liver to process it right away. And when you eat a cookie in the afternoon, you're adding another dose of sugar, bad fats, and additives that your liver doesn't want. The problem is the frequency. There's nothing wrong with eating these things once in a while, but when you eat white bread every morning, sweet snacks every afternoon, and industrial sauces for your main meal, your liver doesn't have time to recover. It's forced to work continuously, and the result, fat accumulates, liver enzymes increase, and the detoxification function declines. What's even more dangerous is, you don't feel anything wrong. There's no liver pain, no immediate warning signs, but one day a blood test suddenly shows high liver enzymes, fatty liver is evident, and then you realize your liver has been telling you for a long time. The next part will take you to another culprit, even more dangerous than food, seemingly harmless drinks that are poisoning your liver faster than you think. If you think that liver damage only comes from what you eat, you may be overlooking one of the most dangerous culprits: sweet liquid drinks. Bottled tea, canned fruit juice, energy drinks, carbonated soft drinks, even those labeled sugar-free, can make your liver work harder than any food. Why? Because the sugar in drinks does not come with fiber, does not require chewing, does not create a feeling of fullness, and is absorbed almost immediately, especially fructose, the type of sugar that goes straight to the liver for processing. When you drink a glass of concentrated fruit juice, the liver has to receive a sugar shock in just a few minutes. When this is repeated every day, the liver cannot handle it and starts to store fat. On top of that, bottled water also contains additives, preservatives, flavorings, food coloring, all of which are a metabolic burden for the liver. Even if you choose zero-calorie drinks, artificial sweeteners can negatively impact your gut microbiome and indirectly cause liver inflammation. The danger is that we often don't pay attention to the amount of sugar we take in through drinking. A glass of fruit juice can contain up to 25 to 30 grams of sugar, equivalent to a can of soda. Drinking it all day long can overload your liver without you even realizing it. Safe choices: water, unsweetened herbal tea, or diluted fruit juice. Your liver doesn't need you to give up flavor. It just needs you to understand your limits. Next, we'll explore foods that can save your liver. Simple choices that can reverse the damage if you start today. The good news is, your liver has a powerful ability to heal itself if you give it the right chance. And that opportunity starts with what you eat every day. Here are a few natural foods that help your liver detoxify, reduce inflammation, and prevent fat accumulation, all of which are easy to find and use. Lemon is the first choice. Thanks to its vitamin C and antioxidants, lemon helps stimulate the liver to produce detoxifying enzymes. A glass of warm lemon water in the morning without sugar is a simple way to help your liver cleanse your body. Cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower contain natural sulfur compounds. These substances promote liver enzyme activity, reduce inflammation, and support the elimination of toxins. At the same time, they are also rich in fiber, helping the digestive tract to eliminate toxins more effectively. Walnuts are rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and arginine, an amino acid that helps the liver process ammonia, an endogenous toxin. A handful a day can make a big difference for people with signs of fatty liver. Ginger and turmeric are two spices with strong anti-inflammatory properties. Curcumin in turmeric helps repair damaged liver cells, while ginger helps increase bile secretion and improve digestion, one of the key factors in keeping the liver from storing fat. No need to change your entire diet at once. Just start with healthier meals, smarter water habits, and most importantly, regularity. Because the liver doesn't need perfection, it needs kindness every day. Next, let's review everything you already know and connect the dots to see that small changes today are the lifeblood of your liver tomorrow. Your liver doesn't ask for much. It just needs you to understand and take care of it properly before it's too late. You don't need to change everything in one day. Just start small. Reduce 1 glass of soft drink, replace a quick meal with green vegetables, choose filtered water instead of bottled tea. These changes seem simple, but they are an opportunity for your liver to recover, regenerate, and continue to protect you silently, as it always has. Remember, the liver doesn't hurt when it's tired, but it speaks up when it's too late. Today you know the truth, and you have a choice. So choose to act now.